Okay, written notice is hereby given of a meeting of the City of Laredo Public Library Advisory Committee to be held on Wednesday, February 24th, 2021 at 5 p.m. for the following items of business for discussion and possible action. In order to adhere to the current social distancing guidelines, the meeting will be held in virtual meeting format. Citizens wishing to provide public comment may submit them electronically through means provided. See information below. Roman numeral number 1, call the meeting to order. Roman numeral number 2, Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay. There's the flag.
All right. We pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And then it's roll call.
Yes, okay. Sandra Cavazos Ayala, absent. Meli Pais,
Present.
Roberto Ortiz,
Present.
Maribel Valdez Rodriguez, absent. Angelica Salinas, absent. Rosa Maria Cidellano, okay, she's present. Etelvina Perez, absent. Esmeralda Rodriguez,
Present.
present. Rafael Romo,
Present.
present. We have a quorum.
Okay.
Bob, do you want me to read Roman numeral 4, citizen comments?
Yes.
You don't have to read it, Miss Pais,
Okay.
but as of right now, we do not have any citizens' comments.
Okay, then Roman numeral 5 is minutes, reading and approval of minutes of February 26, 2020.
And those were sent to you in a Word document. Do you want to go ahead and take a few minutes? Sorry.
Yes.
Ms. Solis, maybe Angie can share her screen with the minutes on it for those who were not able to access the documents.
Do you have it, Angie?
No, I don't have it open. I could look for the file. Let me see. Okay.
I so move to approve the minutes as written.
Okay, there. Can you see that?
Barely.
There's a motion. Does someone have a second to that?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? Okay, so then the minutes will go on as written.
The next item is communications and announcements.
I was hoping that Ms. Edelvina Irma Perez would be present so that we could introduce her. She is the new appointee of Councilman Vanessa Perez, District 7. She is replacing Ms. Rosa Maria de Llano. We've also had another appointment by Councilman Ruben Gutierrez, District 5, and he appointed Rosa Maria de Llano. So she's still around. Ms. de Llano doesn't need to take her oath since she's been appointed to the same committee. We were informed by the city secretary. We're still pending an appointment by Councilman Alisa Cigarroa. Currently, Mr. Ortiz is in that is serving that district, and he'll remain until he gets reappointed, or she appoints somebody else.
Okey doke.
Okey doke.
Item number 7, items for discussion and possible action. A, discussion and possible action to approve the Texas State Library and Archives Commission 2020 Texas Public Library Annual Report.
And for this, I do have Ms. Eva Hernandez to give you some of the highlights. Our statistics are remarkably different, very different from last year's, and she will tell you about that.
There we go. If I unmute myself, you'll be able to hear me. Okay, let me go ahead and share the report so you can see. All right. Does that look all right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's good.
So everyone has a copy of this in the packet that was sent to you. The first section is really just our, our address and regular info, but I'm going to go ahead and skip down to speak in brief about our expenditures. Overall, we were relatively the same as previous years. And this is important because it is something that they look at when they're considering whether or not to approve us for accreditation. So we did. If there's any questions, we'll be able to address them. So let me go ahead and keep scrolling on down. Let's see. Let me take you to our collection numbers, and overall, we did have some collection growth in pretty much every aspect of what we offer to the public. Both print materials and electronic materials did see pretty marked growth. We were able to still grow the collection despite the restrictions on purchasing that we've had most of the year. So that's good news for our patrons and for the community. Let's see. As far as our collection total, if you look at 6.12, you'll see everything in total is just over 500,000 units, which is really good. One of the things they look at when they're considering us for accreditation is, do we have one item per capita? And as you can see, we do exceed one item per capita by a pretty wide margin. Again, really good news. As far as Section 7 talks about some of our library services, so we did see a overall decrease in the number of reference transactions. Again, this is because we have been completely closed to the public, but still providing service at a distance. So these numbers are going to reflect any reference calls that came in via telephone, via email, and whatever we had in person before our closure on March 14th. Let's see. As far as library visits, again, it's going to be lower because we are only able to count actual visitors while we were open. So we've had a pretty substantial amount of no one coming into the building. So that's why you'll see in 7.2 that the library visits do look lower than previous years. As far as registered users, we're holding strong with, that's pretty standard to our usual number. Now, circulation is where it gets a little bit interesting in 7.4. So for as far as overall circulation from last year to this year, we did see probably about a third of what we normally would see. Again, because of the closure, because of our limitations of being able to allow people in the building. However, in really good news, all of our digital collections saw pretty marked growth in use, specific domain, because for the most part, they weren't using the digital resources unless it was Temple Books, which doesn't count as like ebooks for us. They count it in a different way for the purposes of this report. But overall, we did see marked growth in the circulation of digital materials for both children and adults, which is awesome. So it's really good. It shows us we're making a difference. People are using the library, but they've adapted just like we have to use the library in a different way. Let's see. So in programs and program attendance, again, we did offer a good number of programs, and the team has been really bustling and innovating and trying to offer as much as they can. And you'll see the attendance for the programs in some cases does look a bit lower than normal. Again, it's the limitations on our end. You can only have, so many attendees for a Zoom meeting and so many attendees for a WebEx meeting. But overall, I think the ability for the staff to maintain that connection to the public is shown here in these numbers. So it's, even though lower than normal, still looking really good. We still have a presence, which is awesome. Let's see. In section 8, these things don't tend to change very much from year to year. It's just, the number of hours worked by all of our professional librarians, by all of our paraprofessional staff. Let's go ahead and move on down. Let's see. So in section 10, this is the first year that we are actually able to report annual Wi-Fi sessions, which is really neat, really good for us. So we did expand the number of Wi-Fi access points close to the beginning of the pandemic, so that the public is able to access our Wi-Fi from parking lots, and that was part of a citywide initiative. So you'll see we had over 43,000 Wi-Fi sessions this past fiscal year, so that's covering the dates between October 1st to September 30th of last year. So that's pretty good. Let me go ahead and take you to the special COVID area. So they did add a section to our report this year, specifically to see the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on libraries. And so this is something that they are taking into account when they're looking at accreditation. They will have a waiver for us to fill out if there are any parts of our report that fall short of their expectations. We're not too concerned about this because this is something that everyone's dealing with. It's sort of across the board. We're all having the same types of issues. But you'll see that, yes, we did have to close outlets. We did have to report the number of weeks that we were closed to the public. And so for the purposes of their report, even though we have been providing service the entire time that we've been closed, they do count only the weeks that we were allowing people into the building under like normal circumstances was the guidelines that they gave us for this report. Let me go ahead and take you down to our virtual programming, which I'm sure you're going to hear more about. And you received some information in the packet about the different programs that we've been offering. So you'll see that as far as live programs go, staff has really been putting it out there every week, doing more different things. Last summer was really busy for everyone, and you'll see the attendance of children's programs. They're able to reach more people via Zoom and Facebook Live. So we're still seeing that having an impact. We're still having an impact, still connected, which again is really good.
I got muted.
I think it's been important.
I guess I got muted. Oh.
We can hear you, Mr. Romo. You're not muted. Okay, continue. Sorry, I thought you had a question.
No worries. Yeah, I thought that's why I got quiet too. But
We can hear
okay,
you.
so you'll see that there is a different section for recorded content. So for the purposes of this report, they do draw a distinction between live programming that is offered like a normal story time would be, where people show up at an allotted time and you count whoever shows up. But we also do a pretty substantial amount of pre-recorded content that then we post to the web. And so we've been using Facebook Live, but also YouTube. And a lot of the programs that we do live do end up also getting posted as a pre-recorded content for people to access later. So these numbers reflect both things that are natively pre-recorded and things that were live at one point and then moved into being something people could go back and watch later. So you'll see overall, again, this is a number of different types of programs. You saw not only story times, but we had a genealogy program, different quick science spots, book talks, everything we could think of that could be recorded and put on the web. That's in this number. Let's see, I think those were really the most,
I think we
the
lost Mr.
highlights.
Romo. I don't see him.
Those are the highlights. This is just our accreditation application. So once we get your feedback and approval, we would be able to send this forward to our CM for the necessary approval to apply for accreditation. Does anyone have any questions about the report?
I'm just wondering if we lost Mr. Romo, did we lose a quorum?
He's back.
No,
He's back.
He's back.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know what happened, but I was out.
Normally in the previous years, the committee does vote for approval of the report, and then Mr. Ortiz, we're gonna have to get you somehow to sign it.
No problem.
If you can curbside, we'll take it out to you to sign it, and then of course city manager and myself, and then we'll officially submit it to the state.
Yes, when do you need me to go by?
Whenever you can. We're here Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
5, okay. Yeah, that's what I was.
Or if you want us, we can stay a little later. We're in the building. Some of us are in the building till 6.
Okay.
If you come during a council night, I'll be here till 11.
Sure. Okay. Then I'll see if maybe this Friday, perhaps. We'll see.
Okay. It needs to be submitted by the end of March. We're just trying to submit it early, so if they give us some feedback of something we need to change, we'll do that.
Okay.
So no big hurry.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now.
Thanks, Emma. So just a motion for approval and a vote, Mr. Ortiz, if you're okay with it.
The report as is. Do I have a second?
I second.
Ms. Rodriguez seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? The motion carries, and we'll go ahead and approve that report as is. And I'll try to swing by and maybe this Friday.
If you can, just let us know when you're outside and we'll go.
Okay.
The next items, Melly, are staff reports. Okay. The first one is the semi-annual committee report to the mayor and city council. This was for July through December. Of course, we did not meet, so we were only required to send in a letter stating that fact. So that's the report for this time. Normally we submit minutes, agendas, and attendance.
Do you want me, I'm sorry, do you want me to read the?
No, I can do it.
Are you sure?
Yes, the next is the library director's update, and I just wanted to give you an update on what we've been doing. As far as the site visits, they were suspended as per city manager. We're not allowed to go visit other offices. So, but rest assured, all the maintenance are being done. Whatever is needed, Angie and Araceli in the back are taking care of it, making sure and calling whoever needs to be called to come fix whatever is going on. As far as programs and services, staff did put together a little video just to show you some of the things that we've been doing while we've been close to the public, and Angie's gonna share that.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Make it big, Angie.
I'm trying to do big.
No,
So go
in the
big.
little square on the right-hand side. Click on the little
Okay, yeah, I
square.
see it. Okay. There.
Can you rewind it?
Ah, it's going too fast.
There you go.
Okay. That was it.
That was it.
Hmm.
Thank you. I think staff did a very good job on that. As far as the facilities, as you know, we are close to the public. We are offering curbside services Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, from here at the main library and the South Branch. Right now, the inner city branch is being used by the health department to do contact tracing. We have closed the Bruni and Faskin branches for now. And I don't know if y'all recall the Santa Rita branch. That building has been transferred to the health department officially. It's no longer a library. It is now a health clinic that they use a number of days during the week. We have been still, people are using our parking lot, of course, for Wi-Fi, but we have been used for food distribution, water, milk. Moss, the South Branch, has a curative COVID testing site in the parking lot facing Zapata Highway. The fire department has also used our parking lot as headquarters for the homebound vaccination that they've had for this part of the neighborhood. The fire department has also been using our multi-purpose room and study rooms upstairs, safely, of course, to conduct testing and interviewing of prospective cadets. And we've also had volunteers that were calling citizens for their second round dose of the vaccine in the multi-purpose room. As far as staffing, we are down to 23.44 FTEs here at the main, 7 at the South Branch, 1 at Inner City, which is custodial to help clean the building. And we have 15.48 FTEs working in other departments. This was a way to prevent them from having to be let go. So we have people in the fire department, in the health department, finance, at HR, all over the place. They are being paid for the most part from those departments. Some good news, even though we've been closed, we have been able to get some grants. We did get the 2021 Texas READ grant, and that was $10,000. And the purpose of the program is to teach teens and adult volunteers to use new technologies. We've been able to buy a 3D printer, some laser cutters, and 3D pens. We are now investigating how we're going to do that virtually. When we got this grant, when we applied for it, we were going to have in-person trainings, but I think we can do it. I think we've been able to adapt to the situation. We also received the 2021 Texas State Library CARES grant, and that was $50,000 that we got. And that's to advance the digital equity in Webb County. We have improved the content of our production. productions. The video was an example of that. We were able to buy cameras and software to be able to provide more digital content. We are also purchasing tablets, hotspots, STEM kits, and laptops to circulate to the public. We will probably be doing this hopefully by the summer, if not sooner. We are, as you know, it's been hard to order these types of devices because everybody wants them, everybody needs them. So they are slow in coming, but we will be circulating them to the public. We do need to update our policy because we've never had this kind of devices before. And of course, also our fines and fees, because those are not included in the current ordinance. Another grant, a small grant, this was from ATB, and this one was applied for Keep Laredo Beautiful, but we did partner up with them, and it was $3,000 to build a butterfly garden at the South Branch. Another thing that staff has been taking advantage of the professional development that's out there, whereas before we might not have had time to do that, but we are doing that too. In your packet that was sent out, there's the flyers of our current programs and the current services that we're providing.
Do you
I
want
don't
me
know.
to try to share it, Ms. Solis?
It's up to the committee. If you want to see them and maybe possibly if you have some questions.
Well, I wanted to talk about a little bit about the grant when it comes to the devices.
Yes.
You spoke about policies, and I could tell you that, well, and I'm sure Mrs. Rodriguez and you know, can easily tell you, I can't speak for LIC, of course, but I'm sure they've come into the same situations. It's been a lot of learn as we go on those kinds of policies. If you're going to lend out devices, it's been a real pulling teeth to get some back and get payments for this or that. So I would just maybe advise that if that's going to happen where the city is going to be handing out devices like this, it just from our experience, it's not an easy go. It's a lot of work, and it is especially in the amounts. I don't know how many you're describing there, but I can definitely say that, you know, we've been giving out, you know, literally hundreds, you know, over 200 iPads, over 400 or 500 Chromebooks. That's just our campus. We're not a high school, which gives out thousands, literally. So just to advise that, don't take that so lightheartedly as you.
No, not at all. Not at all. That's been like a subject. We've received some of the policies that some of the other libraries have, and yes, as far as the technical part, Eva has been helping with that because we're probably going to have to wipe them clean before we send them out. Yes, we're real, and it's good. I mean, we've been hesitant to, I guess, go into this, but this was with the grant, so we'll learn what we need to be doing to get them back.
I don't know what kind of techs you have available to you to service those devices. That's also a big deal because they'll come back and they'll, be run down to a certain degree, and there's a way that you can, kind of not refurbish them, but, get them started again, wipe them clean, so to speak. And, so I'm not sure what kind of support you have when it comes to that, and just, make sure that you've got, if you've got it in writing, obviously that's going to help. So I'll be happy to share, different ideas, and go through that maybe at a later time, stuff that we've run into.
Yes, we welcome your input. This is new to us. If I can probably speak to when they come back, what we will be doing to them before we let them go out again. I know that the librarians have been practicing with the Kindles because it is something new. I mean, are we going to preload them? Are we going to lend them out? What kind of what apps are going to be available? That's something we're wrestling with right now.
Maria,
Definitely your device of some sort, a tracking device for them to be able to monitor and shut them down if need be, different things like that. Like Mr. Ortiz was saying, we've learned a lot. And so there's a lot of little things, when it comes to replacing cords and just different things like that are not going to come back to you. So, yeah.
Yes, like I said, we are, they're slow coming in, but yes, that is something. And if you have something that you have written, Ms. Rodriguez, we'd welcome it.
Maria, what is that? I can't remember the name of it. That place off of Casa Verde, the bibliothèque. Don't they lend out devices?
I don't know. We haven't been able, I don't think they are open right now. And it was very limited, the number of, I don't think they were lending out tablets anymore. I don't know about hotspots.
Because I remember they were doing that.
Yes.
And they might have already all those procedures in place.
I'll let Eva answer that. I think you were involved with that, Eva?
Because I attended several meetings, and I know they were going to open up a location over here by behind Hillside. I don't know, did they ever open that location on?
Are you talking about Ana Lozano?
Yes.
Yes. No, not yet. I think they're still in the works.
Okay.
I know that we are not, we're not able to see their statistics anymore. They were using our system, but
because aren't they part of the city?
No.
Oh, they're not?
No, they're the housing authority.
Oh,
they're the housing authority. The only thing, we provide them with technical support as far as using our library system. We also provide them access to all our electronic resources. But we've helped them set up the Kindles or the tablets so they can circulate them. But otherwise, they're not under the city.
Yeah, because I do remember that they were going to be lending out devices and hotspots.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, they may have something already.
Well, we are reaching out to other public libraries and getting their input on that. Because it's a little more, like Ms. Rodriguez, it's a lot more complicated than here and bring it back just like a book. It's not.
And that's excellent that you're reaching out like that, because you don't need to be reinventing the wheel. It really, as a matter of fact, we even have, it's almost like a working document, because we're constantly having to, okay, this didn't work out, let's fix it this way, and that sort of thing. But definitely reach out to others that have already, worked that out in the public setting, and that's going to make a big difference too.
Okay. No, yes, definitely. And it'll be a learning process for us.
Hi, you all. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can see you.
I just logged on. I'm sorry. I'm still out of town and we've been super busy, but I can probably participate for a little while. Hope you all are doing fine.
It's good to see you. Good to hear you.
Likewise. Thank you all.
I guess the last thing on the staff reports is the library statistics. Eva, I think she's having trouble connecting, but it was included in your packet, and as you can see, all the numbers are down because we have been closed. The only place where we've seen an increase is in web hits, e-magazines, and of course our e-collections have gone up. But a lot of people are discovering these, and that's helping us with the circulation.
That's good.
Okay, are you able to see me now?
We can see you.
Yeah, we can hear you too.
Yeah.
I can share the every month statistic. And after that, I'll share what we have here.
You're breaking up, Emma.
Okay. See, can
If it's all right with the committee, if you want to go ahead and take a look at them. There's no action on them. It's just something that we report every month or.
Right, the monthly report.
But there's the statistics of the year to date, and also just January by itself. Oh, there you go, Eva.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Are you able to see this?
No.
Still no?
No, still no.
It's black.
Technology,
Uh-huh.
lack of.
Yeah, I'm using my phone. But that might be.
Yeah, she's breaking.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay, Emma. If it's okay with the committee.
It's fine.
I'm okay with it,
That's fine.
yeah.
Fine.
You do have a copy in your packet. It was sent
Yes.
out. If you have any questions.
Okay.
If you want me, I could try to share, Miss Elise.
No, it's okay, Angie.
Okay.
I will send you the
Just
link
can
to
see
the.
the clip notes again.
I will send you the link to the video that we just showed you, just if you want to share it. It is on YouTube and our YouTube channel.
So I had a question, like at least on the, like you mentioned that a lot of your resources have now gone up, obviously, because of this. Now, and you said they're becoming familiar with it, or people, or at least the public is, but are we advertising it anywhere as far as what libraries may not be physically open, but their resources are, through.
Yes, we've had a couple of articles in the Laredo Morning Times. We do send it in our Friday packet. Every Friday, we need to send the packet that gets sent to City Council. The media has picked up on it because the PIO or Office of Communication does share it. So we have been featured. The city puts out a calendar every week, and we do get some of our flyers attached to that. Not all the time, because there's different things going on, but we have, and the media has picked up on it. We still advertise on our webpage, on Facebook, through Twitter, all our social media.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, the social media, because unfortunately, advertising in the Times is not what it used to be. Of course, their circulations are just decreasing every year, I think.
That's correct. And we did have a story also on KGNS. They did do a story on us about how we're still providing services.
Okay. Any other comments from any other committee members on so far?
Nope.
Nope.
I did want to mention they are still requesting AR books. We get people, and the maximum is 15, calling us and get me 15 books at this level, and just get them. So some of the kids are still doing the AR program.
That's good.
Welcome to my world.
Yes, our world.
But if
Thank
there
you
are,
so much. Thank you so much, Maria. We really appreciate the support. Thank you.
thank you. You're
Yes,
welcome.
and I just want to say also that I know that Maria and her staff have been working really hard, helping the community with their taxes. I mean, I've gone by there and I've seen lines and lines of cars of people, picking up their paperwork or getting it or dropping it off. And their staff is very careful about, not letting anybody come in, making sure that they're wearing their masks. I personally observe that. So I want to thank Maria and your staff and Angie for doing a real good job with that.
Thank you. We do have special parking for people. They can make appointments online to get their taxes done. So yes, it is a constant line as they're coming in. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to let volunteers in the buildings like we used to for this program. So there's 3 of us that are certified to prepare returns and 2 that are certified to do the greeting and take the intake, all the information. So we're managing.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item, Melly, is the member absences.
Mm-hmm. Library Advisory Committee member absences.
Okay.
So we have Ms. Maribel Rodriguez, Angelica Salinas, Etelvina Perez that are absent. And we'll make note of that.
Then the next item is items for next meeting.
It doesn't have to be right now, but you can always let me or Angie know if you want to see a certain report or any item.
I have a question.
Sure, Mr. Romo.
I've been going by the main library, which is the one on McPherson and what is it? Yeah, and there's beautiful drawings out there.
Oh yes,
okay.
I forgot to mention.
And I sent a picture to Sandra Cisneros because she's very good friends with my brother, and she was elated.
She posted it, reposted it.
Yeah, she reposted it, but she wanted to thank personally the person that did it. And my brother was asking me who actually painted it, so she can actually
thank him.
Yeah,
I believe they connected on Facebook, but I'll get you the names. It's a Mr. Gonzalez, a young man. This was paid for with District 5's Public Arts Fund that they received. Each district received some money, and one of the last things Ms. Vilma did was commission that.
Oh, okay, excellent. She was ecstatic. She was really, really very excited, and she wanted to thank somebody. So I guess they got in touch.
I think they did because she reposted it and he responded.
Excellent. Okay, then no problem. I will talk to my brother today and let him know. I appreciate that.
If they haven't, if I'm incorrect, let me know and I'll get you the information. The young man.
Sure, no problem. No problem. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Sorry, I drive by it every day now.
Yeah.
But it is something else. It added a lot to the building.
Yes, it did. It did.
It is very nice. Mm-hmm.
I had something a request for possibly next meeting. Just if there are any sort of plans in the works for reopening and how that would look like. As far as time, like what is there a timeline? I know everything's by ear these days, but I know the clamor, for example, for public schools is really getting rapid to open up. So I'm wondering, what is the city thinking?
I don't get any idea as to, I've been submitting a reopening plan since we started with this. I envision maybe not having person-to-person programs, or at least limiting the size. Maybe, of course, with the 6 feet of seating, taking some of the seating out so that people are not so close together. We've discussed closing the stacks, the book stacks, and maybe just having us retrieve it for them. We have purchased a disinfectant. I think you saw it on the video. We have a UV light to disinfect the books when they come in. staff in here are wearing double masks as per the city manager. We've had a lot, we have sanitizer, we've bought public hand sanitizers. It's gonna look different. And I'm sure they'll, if they're considering having us open, they will want me to resubmit that plan.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
something
good.
perhaps similar to what the schools are gonna do whenever they go, the schools open.
Mm-hmm. I mean, temperature checks, etc. I mean, what we've been doing with staff.
Mm-hmm.
Maria, how much is that UV light run for? I saw it.
Angie, do you remember? Like 300?
I think it's 300.
Really?
400, yeah.
Less than 500.
It's just a hand, I think we bought two, one for here and one for the South Branch.
And it
hand wash.
disinfects, like you just run it across the book front and back and that's it?
Yes.
We're hoping, yes, because
Like a wand, like a wand, yeah.
Because if that does the work, I want to start buying them for all my libraries.
we can send you the information. I believe the vendor was Sepco that was selling them, but I know that there's other companies that sell them.
Yeah, send me the information because absolutely we need to start thinking of how we're going to reopen because right now we don't circulate any books. I mean, we do have curbside, but it's limited. I mean, it's not a big number of books that they're requesting, and mainly it's digital, it's ebooks. But I mean, reality is that we're gonna have to, start thinking on how we're gonna come back and start servicing and start, providing the books. So I like that that light.
Scholastic also has one, Ms. Vice. Scholastic also has one.
Oh yes.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look into that because we hadn't looked into it, and I really need to get started on that.
I mean, one of the other things I've seen some other libraries do is they quarantine the books
Yeah,
for
that's
like a week.
Yeah, that's what we do. We do
For
that.
us to get them back on the shelf, we run the UV, and I believe staff is still wiping the book also.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a lot of at the elementary. I can't imagine that because our circulation at the elementary is nonstop.
And
Yes,
that's good.
Ms.
And that's good.
FYI, you have to be very careful with those UV lights. You can't allow them to touch human skin.
No, they put them on a table, the books, and then they run them. Of course, they're wearing gloves too. But yeah, I've seen them do it as they're coming in.
Yeah, just
Wow.
FYI.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
So yeah, that plan, maybe we can share preliminary plans, Mrs. Just so we can see what it would look like, what it was, because I know a lot of us have had, like, here at my campus, we have our campus open and we have about 130 students. So, we use our cafeteria, we use our hallways, we use our gymnasium, we have an entire process of how you walk in. And I guess that's what's going to be the key is to how to retrain the public. The public's just used to walking in anywhere and going anywhere and sitting anywhere. But I think, of course, through restaurants and stuff, they're getting more familiar. Like, well, there is a system now. And,
Yes, there is. Yeah.
So it's something that I educate them on.
Yeah. No, we definitely see removing some of the seating.
And maybe even like we did this for our testing. We did videos of what, because some of our, like I did it here, our campus, 4 campuses did testing, and we put together videos of what the process is like to ease parents' minds so they could allow their children to come in to test face to face. So we compiled entire videos for that, and I mean, it takes time, it takes a lot of planning, but that's what this has done. It's put a entirely thick layer of extra work on everybody in everything that we do. So just something maybe to keep in mind.
Definitely.
Anybody else have any other requests or items for next meeting?
No, sir.
Just a quick comment that when we looked over the agenda, I realized that we were looking at February 2020 agenda
It's been a year.
And it was freaking me out. I'm like, wait, what?
It is a year and 1 day.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are gonna try, the mandate from city council was as needed, but we have been told by city manager to continue. So hopefully the next meeting will be March 24th or the 31st, depending, usually it's the last Wednesday of the month. So we will post another agenda and we're gonna try to meet monthly from now
Okay.
on.
Very good. That's
good.
great. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is
Thank
there
you so
any-
much. Excellent job.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Good to see you all. Take care.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah, but are you gonna do that, Bob?
Yes. A motion to adjourn.
My motion.
Mr. Romo motion. Yeah, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Bye.
Who second?
Bye.
I second it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's right. Thank you. And
Thank you,
See you all.
everybody.
Thank
Stay